takes courage to get you outside of the box. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage?
What's up, everyone? Today is one of those days when I have pretty exciting topics for you. Now, how I tell you about XRP is, in fact, the primary remedy for the crypto market. This might sound like something we've already discussed in some previous videos, but we have some new developments I want everyone to grasp. The crypto market has been big on manipulation, and this is an important topic that we'll talk about today. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, relayed some pretty exciting comments, which we'll analyze in the video. On top of that, there's been a stimulating discussion about algorithmic stablecoins. You think this is something that had been planned from the get-go, or is it just a way of manipulating the market? That said, let's roll that intro and get into all the juicy details of today's video. As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP Army. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Getting us started in this video is a tweet from Charles Hoskinson that says, "The rumors floating around about how Luna collapsed so quickly all converge to the same reality that every DeFi protocol and cryptocurrency face. There is a massive attack surface from hackers to traders. If there's an exploit, then someone will find it and break it. As we all know, anyone with a lot of money can manipulate the system. Worrying about precisely who did it won't help us this time." Moving forward, we have another exciting tweet from the crypto wolf. Janet Yellen conveniently calls for crypto regulation following the UST crash. What if this was an inside job by the US government to force strict stablecoin regulation? We need to remember that many parties can benefit from this attack on Luna. It also feels a bit too coincidental that all this happens just when we've had discussions about stablecoins in the US government. It feels like that there are so many parties out there who are actually benefiting from all this. Even the BlackRock story that Charles Hoskinson shared on his Twitter feed but later deleted also made a lot of sense. Dr. Martin Heesbeck shared on his Twitter feed that BlackRock invested into Circle, USDC issuer. UST is their competitor. This is a power game and possibly illegal without proper crypto rules in place. Luna didn't fail by design. It was attacked. I know most of you can agree that this was definitely the case here. Mason vs. Lewis also shared on his Twitter feed saying, "What we 100% do not want to happen right now is the new USDD stablecoin from Tron to collapse, or the USN stablecoin from near to collapse. If that happens, then I can guarantee this was an absolutely coordinated attack by world controllers." That's not to say they launched the attack, but it's the story that matters here. What matters here is that there's some possibility. I know you're probably wondering why no one is buying UST, Luna, or Tether right now. Well, that's because Do Kwon on his Twitter feed implied that he's kind of given up. He's insinuated that the most that the Terra community could do right now is just wait and see if it will stabilize a bit. He's just trying to say that we let all the money that wants to flow out. Then we can probably try to save it later. Let Luna and UST die off a little bit and see what happens afterward. Do Kwon has also proposed some changes that will take effect soon. Right now, we'll just have to give up until we can pick the pace back up again. This may sound a little crazy, but it's all understandable. At the end of the day, we can't just expect that we can pull a dead horse. Not much will happen even if we try. The best thing to do is just wait for the horse to revive. Maybe then we can figure out how to drag it forward. Essentially, that's what they're trying to do here with this whole Luna situation. From there, we can now connect to the whole XRP theory. There's been this long-standing battle with Ethereum and every other token in the crypto space, especially XRP. If you just take your time to analyze what's been happening, you will realize that the Fed has been trying to push Ethereum ahead to perform better at the cost of every other crypto. It doesn't matter which one at this point. I guess you're all seeing what is happening with Luna and Terra. You're probably wondering why I'm saying this. Well, drastically, in the Ripple versus SEC case, emails have been retrieved regarding the Hinman speech. The conflict of interest is becoming more evident. We've seen this for a long time now, but we're just getting confirmation. And with everything happening, I bet the ethics office will be very pissed and want to throw Hinman under the bus if we force these investigations through letters from Congress. Things are getting crazier in the market, but we definitely don't want any of the other stablecoins to collapse. But I don't think they will. And you know why? Because that's where all the more significant money lies. What will happen is that they will sabotage the competition. XRP had to come on top of everything that was happening, and that's because this whole scenario reveals the big money issuers aren't fans of decentralization. What they want is for big money to keep winning. Now is the time for us to realize that we can finally decouple from all that stuff. One of the main ways we will do that is through the XRP lawsuit. If people just look at XRP and Terra's situation, they might finally see that something isn't right and that there are things we can do to improve the whole situation. In fact, when you have XRP, I don't think there will be any need for the entire UST system, only if this case is settled in the next couple of months. I feel XRP is going to pump so hard that the entire crypto market will start moving along with it. Guys, now we're going to talk about how trading the bleeding markets with a winning mindset. There's a great struggle going from profit to loss, a burst of a bubble, which in its essence is hope, but this is false. The odds are that your profits were on paper. So how does a loss on paper differ from a profit on paper? The truth is, it doesn't. But what it does do is play with your emotions. Our mind has a tendency of expecting the worst once things start rolling in that direction. Take a step back and think about what life threw at you so many times in the past. Think about the times you thought things are going to end up the worst, but actually didn't. It could be you planned a nice day outside with your partner in the park, but it started to rain. But instead of crying about the day wasted and how this is just awful, you ended up cooking together a nice lunch and drinking wine while finding a great new TV show to watch, ending up being one of the best days in a while. Now let's roll back to trading. And let's cut out negative thinking completely just for 1 minute and look only at the positive. 1, cheap instruments all around us to invest in. 2, great practice of mental skills while trading, which truly is the most influential aspect of master trading. 3, it reminds you the very basics of trading that we lose track of once markets start flying up. Buy low, sell high. 4, opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Every time you would have bought into the stock market over a few-year period, you would make great returns. Same thing goes even for people who bought Bitcoin after the decline of 2018, and pretty much any other pop financial instrument. 5, you're a day trader. Great. Volatility is amazing if you have a strategy which is disciplined and consistent as well as based on risk management. See how bright the light shines at this very moment? Keep it. Be positive. Be hopeful. Be practical. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. We continue to pray for the people of Ukraine. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can always tell us what you think in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.